Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name's Kwame Badu.
And I'm Dominic.
And today we're going to be talking to you about a fantastic topic. Fantastic, phenomenal topic. What the rich
Teach their kids.
Which is
Big topic, yeah.
Big topic.
Huge.
The reason why we chose this topic, obviously, is we feel that it's fundamental that you grasp the understanding of what the rich, how the rich think, their mindset, because your mindset is what then leads to habits, and your habits then lead to what your lifestyle is actually like.
True. Very true.
So we're going to hit you off with some few pointers, stuff for you to think about, and also stuff that you can share with your own children if you have some as well.
Mm-hmm.
Dom, what you got? What?
No, I mean, I agree. So in terms of what the rich teach their kids, I'm going to get straight into it. Let's not beat around the bush. Is the understanding of how money works. They even teach about the economy, and they also teach a lot about assets. So those three things are so important. Not going to get carried away in terms of micro and macroeconomics, but really simple, high level understanding of supply versus demand. And in terms of assets, what is an asset? What are income producing assets? How they differ from a liability, and just that basic understanding, and also very simple principles which are about saving, compound interest, investments, are things which are spoken about and quite often spoken about in an open forum. There's discussions like that are encouraged in the household.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, well, depending on where you're from, I think, if you're Afro-Caribbean, for example, which is all I can really speak about predominantly, so that's what I know, and that's the household I was, raised in. Some discussions are pretty much left to a later stage in life, or you're told, you're too young, come out of the room, or that's for big people, that's for adults, for example.
Yeah.
But with rich people, they're spoken about from quite young, at a really young age.
Really young age. It's part and parcel of everyday life. Like Don mentioned, compound interest. The aspects of it are taught very easy. I was actually reading an article where the gentleman actually started teaching his kids just with basic money and showing the money increasing over time, and explaining to them what interest is, and something I've tried to incorporate. So definitely compound interest, the management of money, the way to make money work for itself is a standard topic. I do actually think we get a scope of it with games such as Monopoly, Game of Life, but it's just seen as a game. Actually talking about the integral aspects of it that can benefit you in everyday life isn't done.
So what do you think the rich teach their kids that we're failing to do as a...
Well, I think with maybe some of the poorer communities, talking about money as a positive thing, irrespective of happiness. I think there's this connection that, money doesn't buy you happiness, and
money is the root of all evil.
Money is the root of all evil. The rich don't do that. The way rich people think is money is necessary. You need it for the location, for where you're going to live, your accommodation. It also gives you the ability to have influence, to help, even help others, like what we're doing.
It gives you options.
It gives
freedom,
you options.
and freedom,
Absolutely.
So you have better lifestyle choices as well.
Definitely.
And if you are ever in a situation where your family need urgent, health care, or, there's something that's going wrong, money can fix some things. So it can't give you everything, but it can definitely give you certain things.
Absolutely.
So that's one thing I know for sure. And I don't know if you do, but I have a wealth manager now.
Oh, fantastic.
And I'm not sure if you've got life insurance, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But with when you have a wealth manager, or you have a financial advisor, for example, who could advise you on your pension, can advise you on your real estate portfolio, your stocks, stocks that you own that provide you with dividends. They will, for example, explain some very simple principles which you should have knew from a very young age.
Absolutely.
And at those meetings, sometimes you can feel slightly embarrassed. So in terms of what the rich teach their kids, another thing that they teach their kids is to pay to play. And what I mean by that is you sometimes have to pay for expert opinion, because there's no point you trying to learn everything yourself because of time. And number two, you just might do a poor job at it. So investing, for example, in a wealth manager or investing in a financial advisor will become necessary when you're playing at a different level. When you start running a business and you're dealing with HMRC, you're dealing with tax, you're paying yourself maybe as a shareholder, or if you're paying yourself as a director, whatever mechanism you decide to pay yourself, you're playing a different game than when you're getting paid from a company. So getting paid as an employee, PAYE.
Yeah.
So because you're playing at a different level now, it only makes sense to pay for someone who has got that level of expertise. So another thing the rich teach their kids is sometimes you need to invest into education, of course, and number two, expert opinion, trusted advisors.
Absolutely. I think the whole, and again, that's about mindset. You know, the mindset of investing, you know, what did you mention there? Pay to play.
Pay to play.
This is brilliant. You know, I need to spend money to learn and acquire this education so I can apply it. Because I think one of the fundamental things they do teach is about the importance of time. That it's the most important commodity.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, once you understand and if you actually start moving with that, it helps you in terms of trying to acquire employees, you know, leveraging, making money through employees as opposed to working yourself, leveraging through automated systems that are gonna, you know, online systems that are gonna do things a human would do to help make money for yourself.
And give you back that time.
And give you back that time so you can spend it doing the things that you really want to do as opposed to, you know, making money and doing really well, but you're working, say, 8 to 8 every day. That's not really success. You know, real success comes from the fact that you're earning the same money as an 8 to 8 person, but you're free.
Yeah. So in terms of books that I would recommend, I'm gonna get straight into the books. Right.
Go to the books.
The number one book would be Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
Wherever you're watching this video, I'll drop a link so you can
see what
go and purchase it. But it's written by Napoleon Hill. It's an amazing book. The average millionaire has actually read this book 7 times. So I definitely recommend you reading it. But not just that, in terms of the book, it covers aspects what the rich teach their kids, which I don't have time right now to go into full detail. But Kwame mentioned leverage, and you should actually explain what that is because you brought it up. But number 2, it explains the importance of equity as well. And number 3, the main thing that it explains is that what the rich also do have is, for example, franchises. Right. So when he studied McDonald's and he studied Napoleon Hill done all these studies on all these different entrepreneurs and founders, CEOs, he realized that they had a few things in common, and those were pretty much like some of the 3 things. And there's a quote in that book, and it pretty much goes like this. It says, I'd rather get paid off the efforts of 99 people than 100% the efforts of my own. So there's no point you trying to do everything when you can leverage off other people and earn a percentage of an income from what they're doing.
Simple as that. It's the best way. Which is why, I mean, an example of it, if you like, you could look at recruitment. You know, temporary recruitment is a way where people are going into employment settings, they are working, and the company is reaping the money off of it. They are literally leveraging via the temporary staff that they're putting into work.
But even your company right now, so
absolutely,
as a consultant or even like, you know, running a social media marketing agency, if you, for example, are an agency and you win work, you will have a team of people who will deliver basically that service, the scope of requirement to that client. So if they're doing the work, there's 3 people doing the work, but let's say you've quoted $5,000 to a client and then you pay $2,000 out of that, you're still left with 3, but you've paid, you know, £700 this person, £700 this person, another 700, so 71428, and then 700 to another person, a copywriter, a graphic designer, SEO person, a Facebook person, and that's just literally how it works. But if you try and do all of that work that you've won by yourself, you will be spreading yourself trying to do graphic design yourself, SEO yourself, copyright yourself. But it makes sense to split. So in Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, he explains how powerful it is to, utilize the resource and efforts of other people and build a system.
That's right. And I mean, that's even one of the books I wanted to mention, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, because that talks a lot about assets and liabilities, leveraging a property to be able to pay for your liabilities and reduce your expenses. Actually purchasing a property is a liability if you're living in the property. Renting it out, the money that you make from those renting, the tenants will cover the cost of the mortgage. You'll be able to get a surplus money off of that, which you could use, call it profit if you like, and use that money to pay for, I don't know, the nice fancy car or the holidays and so forth. And then obviously when it then comes time to actually sell the property, then you make a huge amount of equity on that. So again, they're leveraging the cost used for liabilities via a property, which is something Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Again, I don't even think they need a link. Everyone must know about that book.
You must know about that
book. You must know about that book.
But if you don't, it'll be somewhere around this video at the bottom in the comment section.
There you go. We'll put
Check
it
that out.
there.
So so I think that's it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so in conclusion, assets.
Yep, assets.
Versus liabilities.
That's right.
Really simple understanding of how the economy works.
Yeah.
Supply versus demand.
Separate happiness from money. Just know you need money for support, for power, for just everyday lifestyle, and leverage.
Leverage. And equity owning.
That's right.
There's some key principles and there's common themes across the board. In terms of specific assets and stuff, that's another topic.
That's right. We could do another video on that. I mean, feel free to comment below and actually, if you would like, if any part that we've spoke about you would like us to go deeper into.
Let us know. Comment, interact, we'll respond. All right, cool. Thank you for your time. Subscribe, hit that button, do a thumbs up, like, and we'll see you in the next video.
Take care.
Peace.